Welcome to In Bed with Luxury. This is Charles Paddington. I've checked luxury hotels all over the world, and this time we show you where former German Chancellor Angela Merkel likes to stay in Florence. But before the doors of the Savoy Hotel will open for us, follow me for a quick 2 minutes time travel tour through this fantastic city of art, the cradle of Renaissance. This is not about naked men. It is about money and art, about Florence and an immensely rich family, the Medicis. In 15th century Florence, many people believed themselves to be living in a new age. A revolutionary idea emerged. Man is the master of his fate, and life should be full of beauty. Beginning in 1434, a man we would call an oligarch today, Cosimo de' Medici, turned Florence into the cradle of the Renaissance, the rebirth of the ancient civilizations of the Greeks and Romans. Cosimo is said to have spent €250 million for arts and architecture. The Medicis produced 4 popes, the biggest cathedral in Europe, and they financed masters like Michelangelo, Brunelleschi, and Leonardo da Vinci. A summer night at the popular Piazza de Repubblica in Florence. This used to be the old market, the Mercato Vecchio, the most important piazza in Florence. Here you find the oldest cafe in town, dating back till 1733, and this is the location of the Savoy Hotel. It's Centralissima. The famous cathedral is a pitch and spit away, and the Ponte Vecchio a short stroll to the south. Let's tiptoe now through its halls while everybody is asleep. Previously, a church occupied the site of the Savoy. Then it was demolished for a palace for a rich banker. And finally, in 1893, it was turned into the most elegant hotel in town, and it quickly became the haunt of the aristocracy. But hush, we should not wake up Mrs. Merkel in case she is around. A century after its opening, the Savoy is now owned by the Ferragamo Group and managed by the prestigious luxury hoteliers Rocco Forte. Yes, there are other high-end 5-star properties in Florence, namely the Four Seasons and a bit outside on the hills of Fiesole, Belmont's Villa Michele. What makes the Savoy so special is its location in the middle of the heart of Florence. When you drive your own car to the Savoy, you are allowed to pass through the pedestrian area, which is quite an adventure. The concierge will then take care of your car. When you arrive, you enter a small but elegant lobby. Its look is pale marble and white painting. The reception staff will give you a warm welcome, and thanks to fashion designer Laudemia Pucci, lively colors jump out at the visitor. But let's hear the general manager with an ode to the Savoy's location.
As soon as you step out of the main door, turn it right, you have the beautiful cathedral with the Giotto Tower and the baptistry, and turning left, you get to the old bridge of Ponte Vecchio, the Arno River, and of course the city hall, Palazzo Vecchio. So we can really say that this hotel may be like no other luxury hotel in a city center in the world, has such an incredible amount of art, culture, history, and beauty within 1 mile from the main door entrance. All right, so my name is Giancarlo Rizzi. I'm the general manager of the Hotel Savoy in Florence, and a beautiful hotel which is part of the Rocco Forte group. And I'm now working in this property since 5 years, and I'm honored to be part of a luxury hotel group owned by a private family.
The story of the Rocco family is an almost unbelievable one. This family once owned the biggest hotel and restaurant empire in the world in the 20th century. It's a story of the rise and fall of an empire and of a successful comeback. Let us begin the story with the time of Prohibition in America. Italian-born Charles Forte, who had come to Scotland as a child, was a young man when alcohol was banned in the United States, and criminals like Al Capone made a fortune by selling alcohol illegally. At the age of 26, Forte read an interesting article in a newspaper about milk bars, now popular in the US. And in 1934 he decided to open his own one in a top location in Regent Street in London, just near the Royal Cafe. But Forte's milk bar was not a success and he lost money. To make it profitable, the young Mr. Forte ruthlessly sacked some of his employees, enlarged the shop at the same time, and, following this recipe, opened one milk bar after the other. Within 60 years, the ambitious entrepreneur created the biggest hotel and restaurant empire in the world, including 800 hotels and over 1,000 restaurants. But the empire was built on unsolid ground with a huge load of debts. In 1993, after 10 years of difficult cooperation with his father, his son Rocco Forte sacked his meanwhile 83-year-old father, Baron Charles Forte, as chairman of the company. But this family feud could not prevent the disaster that followed. In a hostile takeover, the Fortes lost their company to the television and leisure giant Grenada, who paid the astronomical sum of £3.9 billion. But the family ended up solidly with £350 million in cash. So in 1996, Rocco Forte and his sister Olga Polizzi started a new hotel group. This time a small but very fine collection of luxury hotels. The first one was the Balmoral in Edinburgh, where Rocco's grandfather had opened a small cafe, the Savoy, in 1911. One of the meanwhile 14 acquisitions was the famous Brown's Hotel in London, which had inspired Agatha Christie for a novel. And one of the latest Rocco Forte projects is the Westbund Hotel in Shanghai. This is not the most expensive and not the biggest suite in the Savoy, but our favorite one, tested and checked. It's called the Repubblica Suite. Sherlock Holmes once told his assistant Dr. Watson, "Never trust a general impression, always look at details. Here we were very impressed by all kind of details, from pillow to mirror, from the flowers to hand towels with the guests' initials. The marvelous interior design was done by the co-owner of the Rocco Forte group, Olga Polizzi. Well, and just for the curious ones among you, this was Angela Merkel's bed. But don't worry, the linen is fresh and clean, and very smooth, by the way.
At the Savoy, we went through a large renovation 3 years ago. That was done for the purpose of reducing the number of rooms and having more suites, giving our guests much more comfort.
The Savoy offers 80 bedrooms, including 30 suites. The rooms on the top floors will give you the best views to the Duomo. What I liked is the fragile design walk between elegance and modern style, and that as many furniture pieces and textiles as possible were commissioned from Italian producers. We are talking about soft furnishings, bed heads, or fabulous cushions. But have a look at yourself. Are you hungry? If not, you will be. Let's go to Irene, the Bistro restaurant and bar in the Savoy. Its name is not derived by Sir Rocco's daughter Irene, but by his mother. It's a rather casual place where also breakfast is served. Let's have a look at some mouth-watering dishes. Friday evenings, fish and spritz is served. It's a very popular event also by locals. In summer, the outdoor terrace is then decorated with Pucci designs. But let's see some of the Savoy's fine cocktails. And by the way, on Sundays at lunchtime, the motto at the Savoy is, "It's raining meatballs." Like other high-end luxury hotels, the Savoy offers experiences and trips that are not or not so easy available for the normal tourists. For instance, a treasure hunt with an experienced truffle hunter and truffle dog in the Tuscan woods. But maybe you are interested in something totally different. Well, we mean fashion. Several world-renowned fashion designers had their roots in Florence, and so the Savoy offers exclusive tours to Gucci and Ferragamo. One of the greatest Florentine fashion designers was Emilio Pucci, known for his colorful fabrics in the 60s. A very unique private tour of the Savoy Hotel, done by a real expert, leads to Emilio Pucci's private palace and his fantastic terrace.
Palazzo has been divided into two parts because there were two sons.
Yes, yeah.
One son was called Emilio,
Yes.
and the other son was called Puccio. Now Emilio Pucci, the fashion designer, had a much younger wife and a daughter and the son. The son died in a car accident. The daughter, Lodomia, is still alive and runs the business of the fashion business.
I hope you liked our little expedition to the Savoy Hotel in Florence. For further information about the Savoy, like the best room, the best travel time, or the worst thing about it, have a look at our website. There you will also find lots of other luxury hotels, checked and tested by In Bed with Luxury. And if you can't get enough, here is a little dessert. Let us call it Florence in a nutshell. See you soon at another hotel check. Your Charles Paddington.
delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Non più avrai questi bei panacchini, quel cappello leggero galante, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vermiglio d'onesco color, quel vermiglio d'onesco color. Non più avrai quei pennacchini, quel cappello, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante. Non chiudrai farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor.